Thank you. It's great to be here. Always energizing and inspiring to be at the ACS convention. And at this time, it is my great pleasure to announce the winners of the Richard Cudahy Award. And I'm especially thrilled to do that this year as we honor the great judge for whom I clerked. And just before we hear from our next panel of extraordinary judges and public servants. So our current times really test our confidence in our government, including in our courts. But we should be reminded as well of the vital role of the federal courts in maintaining our constitutional system. So before announcing the awards, I thought we could take a moment to give a thanks and a round of applause for the countless devoted, brilliant, hardworking, empathetic federal judges who have served and continue to serve our nation so well. I couldn't resist mentioning empathy among those attributes you may have noticed, because for Judge Cudahy, empathy was a core value. It was one he modeled for his clerks and all who appeared before him. I included as a reminder that we must remain vigilant against cynical partisan efforts to diminish justice in the law, as in past efforts to stigmatize empathy. Judge Cudahy was all about working hard to serve the public, and he did work hard. His particular love for administrative and regulatory law reflected his deep understanding of the impact of the law on the lives of people. I'm going to give you one example. So listen to Justice Cudahy's words from an opinion he wrote the year I clerked about the government's obligation to meet the medical needs of those it imprisons. And I quote, "Since the financial net worth of most prisoners is zero, and their economic value while incarcerated perhaps less than zero, it is not surprising that efforts to take them seriously as human beings are sometimes scorned. They are not all Jean Valjean, but they are people." End quote. So this is the 12th year of the Richard G. Cudahy writing competition on regulatory and administrative law, and it was established by ACS working with Judge Cudahy's former clerks. Many devoted law clerks contributed to this, including, I'll mention, not just me, but my husband, we were co-clerks, and his brother, the now federal judge, David Hamilton on the Seventh Circuit, and two of my colleagues on the Maurer Law School faculty. So just as a plug for considering clerking or other intimate, valuable activities that will help you find mentors and build community to law students out there, give that serious consideration. So this writing competition reflects Judge Cudahy's particular passion. It seeks to encourage and reward scholarly contributions to the fields of regulatory and administrative law, including those that highlight the fundamental values of fairness, participation, and transparency. Now, Judge Cudahy passed away 3 years ago, and we miss him dearly. I know that Judge Cudahy greatly valued the honor of this ACS competition, and he sometimes enjoyed coming himself to give the awards, and he always read all of the winning submissions. Today, it's my privilege to do that. So first, on behalf of ACS, I want to give a big thank you for the judges, the 2019 Cudahy Award judges, for their dedication, commitment, and time evaluating all of this year's submissions. I'm going to quickly list them. Jack Bierman, professor of law at Boston University, the Honorable David Hamilton, U.S. Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit, Jeff Keeney, Chief Development Office and General Counsel of Magellan Wind, the Honorable Paul Etkin, U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, Amy Weidman, Deputy Director of the National Center for Access to Justice at Fordham Law School, and Allison Zeev, Director of Public Citizen Litigation Group. Let's give them a round of applause, for it's really a lot of hard work. Now the winners. We have two categories. So this year's winner in the student category is Parnia Zahedi. Let's have Parnia stand up. Yes, there you are. Yay. So please remain standing while I share just a bit about your submission. So Parnia is here with us as a rising 3L at Georgetown. She submitted her winning paper entitled From Czars to Commissars, Centralizing Policymaking Power in the White House. And she examines the use of czars as presidential advisors with a focus on the Obama and the Trump administrations. She explores the costs and benefits of different types of czars in light of three key values in administrative law: expertise, efficiency, and accountability. I just want to close with reading two of her opening sentences that I think will leave you wanting more. And please do read the full submissions. In the wake of the family separation crisis at the border in the summer of 2018, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer tweeted a proposal. The Trump administration should appoint a czar to break through the bureaucracy and get these kids out of limbo and back in their parents' arms. 7 years earlier, Senator John McCain used Twitter to complain President Obama had more czars than Romanovs, a reference to the last Russian dynasty's tyrannical emperors. So let's all, again, say congratulations and thank you. Okay, this year's winners in the lawyer category, Professors Andrew Kent, Ethan Leib, and Jed Shugermln from Fordham University. I'm going to ask, we have Jed and Andrew here to please stand while I say a few words about your winning submission. So their winning paper is entitled Faithful Execution and Article 2, and it will be published in the Harvard Law Review this summer. Again, as a teaser, I will read the opening sentences. The faithfulness of a president to the Constitution, the laws, and the ideals and traditions of the United States is at issue as never before. The American people today are confronted with questions that go to the foundations of our constitutional system as a government of laws, not men, parenthetical, or women. Thank you for that. The article goes on to explore the textual roots of the faithful execution clauses from the time of the Magna Carta and medieval England through the Philadelphia Convention and ratification debates, and concludes that the clauses impose important, often overlooked duties that prohibit bad faith or self-dealing in presidential power. Thank you very much. I'll applaud your contribution. Okay, I have one more piece of business here. Let me introduce that by saying that articles like these wonderful contributions and others help our nation wrestle with the enormous legal and policy challenges of our time in pursuit of a better legal system. The legacy of Judge Richard Cudahy, the contributions of this year's winners, the contributions of many in this room, remind us of the centrality that administrative law plays in our lives and in our legal system. Without administrative law and government regulation, we wouldn't have clean drinking water, safe working conditions, clean air to breathe. Administrative law helps keep presidents in check, and it helps to order our economy, trade, taxation, spending, immigration, so many issues that keep us healthy and alive and give us the chance to thrive. And that contribute also to the possibility of saving our planet from the existential threats of climate change. Yet today, we face extremely well-funded, pro-corporate attacks, long in the making, on our system of administrative law and regulation. Regulatory reform has become virtually synonymous with deregulation. So ACS is helping to take up the challenge. We all must take that up. And that is why today, ACS, I'm happy to announce, is releasing this publication you will find on your tables, also online, and I'm told more out in the hall. And so this is Rethinking Admin Law from APA to Z, good title. And so I want to also thank, you'll see the authors listed on this publication, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, Nicholas Bagley, Sam Berger, Sharon Block, Jill Family, Thomas McGarity, John Michaels, Alan Morrison, and Raj Nayak. So I want to thank all the contributors to this, thank our winners for their submissions today, and finally thank ACS and the Honorable Richard Cudahy. Thank you.